long do you intend to keep this up? 10 years? 20 years? 30 years? Just try to imagine what you'd look like after 30 years of gold farming.
Dinner is ready. I haven't seen you in days. Why don't you come out and eat with us for a change?
Give it a rest, you old hag. I'm sick of you lecturing me.
He may not act like it, but he's 50 years old. He didn't listen to your nagging before, and he won't listen now.
I may not look like much, but I'm the legendary Satou, a level 13,000 magic knight. I'm the hero of Vinatilo, damn it. Man, screw you guys.
In the end, you'll be an incurable neet. And when your parents finally pass on, your means of survival will be completely cut off.
Not in education, employment, or training. Neets, also known as hikikomoris, is an idea that comes from Japan and Japanese culture. But this problem is not just exclusive to Japan. With the explosion of opportunities from the internet and social media, more and more young men are cutting themselves off from society all across the world. And with each generation, it just seems like it's becoming worse and worse. Tatshirou satou is one of those people cut off from society. Welcome to the NHK is a tragic and realistic view into the life of a hikikomori. Being a hikikomori is like a black hole of endless emptiness and depression, and it's almost scary how relatable some of the scenes can be. Your future in 30 years is the result of constant consumption without production. Consumption of video games, consumption of food, consumption of social media, consumption of drugs and alcohol. This is where this ultimately leads you. Being 55 years old, forced to move back in with your parents, playing a video game, desperately trying to make money off of it, massively obese and eating junk food, sitting in his room just filled with bags of junk surrounding him. This is an unfulfilling life that brings no value to the world. The ultimate neet. The reason why this resonated with me so much is because when I was 14 years old, this was pretty much me. I had literally become a teenage hikikomori. So after my last year of middle school, I moved to a completely different state. Now, my mom had some trouble enrolling me into public school in California, so she decided to sign me up to online school. And I was very excited because she had just brought me a brand new iMac, and I was just interested to try things online. And I just started this Minecraft server that I really enjoyed. So I would wake up, I would eat, I would do my schoolwork, and play this Minecraft server for the rest of the day. Now keep in mind that school only took me about 2 to 3 hours every day online. So this meant that the rest of the time, the rest of the 10, 8, 9 hours a day, I was playing this Minecraft server. And I really strived to accomplish success in the server by becoming the strongest player in the game. And over time, I developed relationships with others, I became rich, I formed one of the strongest gangs, and solidified myself and 2 other of my friends as legends as the top PvPers in the server. And honestly, I had some of the most fun I ever had. I was experiencing the feelings of success and brotherhood and love and friends and family for the first time in my life. But it was through a video game. A completely fabricated experience that in reality meant nothing. And over time, the game just isn't fun anymore. People stop playing. You realize how your life in reality has been flipped upside down seemingly instantly. People really underestimate the effects of living a hikikomori lifestyle. The effects on your mental health, your physical health, and something I don't hear mentioned a lot, but to me is the most important, your social health and development. And especially at a time where I was really young, 14 years old, me being constantly stimulated by a video game and not actually going out and experiencing things, it led to some problems in my social development. Me going out and even having just a slightly normal conversation with a random person back then was a very big event in my life. And at the time, I just couldn't even imagine myself trying to talk to a girl. And ever since then, 5 years later, even now, I've had to constantly fight against the tendencies I created when I lived in that lifestyle. Porn, procrastination, and social isolation. And this is the part where it gets all cringy and all the self-improvement YouTubers start yelling at me and shit. But I truly do contribute a big reason for me starting to change my hikikomori lifestyle because of my desire to become an anime character. I wanted the harem, I wanted the fun, exciting journey, I wanted loving and caring family and friends, I wanted to be tall, I wanted to have the lean face and body, I wanted to be rich, I wanted to be a legend. And at some point, I realized that I could achieve all these things in reality. That's why I have a great appreciation towards anime, and I don't think that this feeling is exclusive to me. And with a little guidance and direction, you'll be on the path to becoming an anime character in real life as well. Now, if you ever had an experience like I had when I was very socially inept, I had very poor mental health, I had very poor physical health, you're going to want to do this one thing which will improve all three of these areas substantially. Achieve an aesthetic physique. I'm going to go over how achieving an aesthetic physique influences all three of these areas and how it improves them. So number one is social. Being more attractive influences people's perception of you. This is called the halo effect. Basically, the what is beautiful is also good principle. There's a reason why you can have two people say the exact same thing, and one is viewed as confident, funny, and charming, and the other is viewed as creepy and a pervert, with the only difference being attractiveness levels. Due to the halo effect, you will just be perceived overall more positively. And it's crazy how much of a positive influence it can have on people's perception on you. I'll give you an example as well of how this is played in marketing. So the halo effect is why companies pay absurd amounts just to sponsor big celebrities. Because when a celebrity endorses an item, our positive evaluations of that celebrity can spread to our perceptions of the product. Now, this doesn't mean that attractive people can't be creeps no matter how they act, so you still need social skills and be able to communicate with people. But when people see your body and see that you properly take care of yourself, it shows that you have discipline, and it shows that you hold yourself to a high standard. Both men and women will have more respect for you. So now, mental. Honestly, weight loss has been, I believe, the best thing that I've done to ever become more fulfilled and just get rid of my depression. Because a big source of my depression for me was being overweight. Ever since I can remember, I've been fat. I've been overweight. There's not a time except for when I was a little small kid that I haven't been overweight. And when you live a life of just being gluttonous, you put in the work and you look in the mirror and you actually see an attractive version of yourself. You can't help but be happy. And being attractive, especially for most guys, is built and not given. It's a hard feat. Less than 10% of people have 10% body fat in the United States. It's an accomplishment that's hard, so it requires discipline. For a lot of us, I think it's probably going to be the very first hard and meaningful accomplishment you've ever achieved in your life. It's the idea that doing something that requires so much attention and discipline and time will make you so much stronger mentally than if you hadn't done it in the first place. And you will also just naturally be more confident because of that. So now number 3, the last one, the most obvious one, is your physical health. This is kind of a given, but simply just being overweight is going to have a bunch of different health risks. You've got the things like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, strokes. You get the point. But being in good physical condition will improve your brain functions, it will improve your mental clarity, your energy levels, it'll improve your sleep, and you'll live longer. Now, if you're wanting to change your life and you're in that position I was in, I made a video that is just for you titled How to Lose Weight for Weebs. So go check that out. It's linked up at the top and you should definitely go check that out. Let's all continue to work on ourselves so that we don't have that reality of us being 55 years old and living with our parents and just being depressed. I'm Nori. I teach self-improvement through anime. Clearly interested in that, so hit the subscribe and notification bell down below. Believe in me who believes in you. Nori, signing out.